Last year, in October, in the first 7 days, Bitcoin went down about 7%. And right now, in October 2024, Bitcoin went down 4% in the first day. So things are actually looking very similar right now. And on today's update video, I'm going to be going in depth about what currently is happening on the price action of Bitcoin right now. More importantly, I'm going to be discussing the most important level of support and what is going to be happening if we're breaking below it. I'm going to be talking about the spot Bitcoin ETF flows and many more important charts and data points that are currently clearly telling us something big is about to be happening on Bitcoin. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slam that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. First of all, I want to be discussing this major downward sloping trend we are currently creating here on the 30-minute time frame on the Bitcoin chart. You can see that actually for the first time we've managed to be breaking above this level, and this downtrend got us rejected all the way down here. So that's a very bullish thing that the downtrend currently potentially looks to be over right now. Also on the 30-minute time frame, we can see that we create lower lows on the price action, while in fact on the RSI we are starting to create higher lows, which means that we're ultimately currently creating a bullish divergence on the lower time frames. But also, if you're looking at the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that if we're zooming in, the RSI is creating higher lows and the price action is still lower lows. So ultimately, we are currently looking at the bullish divergence on the imminent short term, and that could very well mark the bottom of this potential move towards the downside. And also the fact that currently we are retesting this major level where we previously got rejected from. We actually bounced from that level already, and also this stop sign right here, major previous resistance right here. And the last time around, whenever we broke above this level, we had a massive continuation towards the upside, and currently that is the exact level where Bitcoin is finding some support on right now. So Bitcoin is currently sitting at a very key level in the market, and if you're just looking at the bigger perspective, you can see we create a low right here, another higher low right here, another higher low right here, and right now potentially we could start to create that next higher low right now in this trend, and that could ultimately drag Bitcoin much higher, because we are currently trading in an upward sloping trend here ever since we confirmed that break above that previous high right here. You can currently see that we're trading in an upward sloping trend, and Bitcoin to be creating a higher low right now would be very more than likely to be playing out right here, and that would also currently mean that this is a massive opportunity to potentially still get in a trade on this retracement towards the downside. And if we're just looking at the spot Bitcoin ETF flows, it is very interesting to see that we're once again seeing some outflows, but remember, whenever we see record flows, it tends to be marking the top, and whenever we see record outflows, it tends to be marking the bottom. And approximately 2 days ago, we had a record outflow, and that could very much well mean that we are potentially right now seeing the bottom is in for Bitcoin right now here. Also, we saw that BlackRock had its 4th ever selling day here, and historically, every single time whenever BlackRock sold, it was around the bottom. So is this going to be playing out once again? Of course, we don't know for sure, but it is likely that this is going to be playing out once again. Then you can see on the daily time frame that in this major consolidation phase where we are currently consolidating in, there's one major level where Bitcoin basically keeps bouncing from, and that is this horizontal level right here. You can see we bounced many times from this level, because every single time I'm making this drawing, you can see we got bounces from it. Here we got major rejections from it, major rejection, and once we broke above it, we had that push towards the upside, and currently we're back on this level. So yes, very interesting to see that we're once again back on this level, and most likely Bitcoin is indeed still going to be seeing that push higher getting created from off this level, since we are currently still retesting this level as bullish support. And you can see it also on the daily time frame right here. If you're extending this level, you can just clearly see the amount of support and resistance we found on this level, and that is the exact level where we're currently starting to be bouncing from ever so slightly right now here. So very interesting to see what currently is playing out here, but of course I want to be also going in depth about how the last October played out for Bitcoin. And in the first week of 2023, we went down about 7.5% in the first week. And then right now in October 2024, we're down about 6.5% in the first 3 days of October. So very interesting things what we're currently seeing here. Bitcoin is down here since the start of October. And literally the last time this happened, and literally the last time the exact same happened. And after that, we only got to rally towards the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this one still playing out here. I mean, October is still a very long month here, and historically it's a very good performing one as well here. And I do not believe that necessarily it is all over right now. And if you're just looking at all the average Bitcoin performances together on one chart, you can see that historically during the start of October, we tend to see very strong performance for Bitcoin. So very bullish in my opinion, very great to be seeing this. And also October in halving years, if you're just looking at the chart, you can see that usually the most exponential rallies towards the upside get started in October. And I still want to be pointing out that it is not over yet here. And this chart maybe seemed like a lot to understand, but I will be quickly explaining it. But currently we're starting to see that we're having massive amounts of limit buy orders re-entering the market. Well, we had a lot of limit sell orders in the bear market. We're right now starting to see limit buy orders, and that is of course a clear significant sign that potentially altcoin season is starting. Why? Is because this is the chart for the altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and looking at the fact that also right now the Bitcoin dominance is potentially topping out. If we are believing that the previous cycle is somewhere similar than this one, we could be right now looking in for a major altcoin season in the upcoming 40 to 50 days here. And this chart right here is proving the point that there is massive buys from large whales right now coming in towards altcoins. So very bullish in my opinion. And I want to also discuss this chart, which is showing us basically the correlation between Bitcoin and the Chinese stock market. And you can see that right now on the most recent rally towards the upside, the Chinese stock market had a massive pump here. And you can see the correlation between the highs and the lows on the Bitcoin chart and the Chinese stock market. And now, and also in the recent rally, the Chinese stock market rallied, Bitcoin followed. And right now, I want to be pointing out, the Chinese stock market has seen a massive pump towards the upside. So is Bitcoin also going to be following this time around? So I want to be pointing out, China and Bitcoin are very correlated with each other, and China is right now massively pumping, and Bitcoin is still behind, and that is somewhat a signal of a divergence, and a divergence could very well mean a very great opportunity for us to still catch a major rally towards the upside. And guys, if you still want to be making money with trading, don't forget to check out Bybit in the link description of today's video, where you can trade Bitcoin and many other altcoins up to 300 if I'm saying it correctly. But currently, if you go to the link of the description of today's video, press on this link right here, you will come to this page where you can currently claim a free $500 airdrop position for only signing up an account to Bybit and completing your KYC. That is literally a free $500 trade. If you're interested in that, don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, I want to be discussing the fact, of course, that we are currently starting to see a potential higher low getting created, and that would ultimately mean something very bullish for Bitcoin and not necessarily something bearish. You can see that, of course, we're bouncing from this level I mentioned in the past, and more importantly, on the weekly time frame, we are starting to see that the MACD is actually starting to cross bullish as well. And if this is going to be happening, I mean, the last two times we had this bullish crossover on the MACD here, I mean, the real last time we had this bullish crossover on the MACD on the weekly time frame was back in October of 2023, exactly a year ago. And we all know what happened after that. Bitcoin rallied significantly towards the upside, and now Bitcoin has been going sideways for a very long time here. And honestly, we're just creating a major bull flag pattern. You can see that Bitcoin is just creating a massive bull flag pattern, and just the moment where this bull flag pattern is going to be breaking out will literally mark the beginning of the next rally towards the upside. We have been consolidating sideways, and whenever the bullish crossover is going to be happening on the MACD, which looks to be literally happening any moment right now here, I mean, always in history, this has marked major rallies towards the upside. I mean, the last bull market as well was literally kickstarted by this bullish crossover on the MACD, which was sparked over here around $11,000. And of course, we do know that the rest is history for Bitcoin after that. So yeah, currently Bitcoin is looking actually quite great here. I don't think we are looking all too bearish right now on this chart. And yes, if the bull flag pattern breaks out, the continuation is likely going to get started, and targets around $200,000 to $300,000 could be potentially reached this bull market. However, I think those targets are a little bit out of hands. I do believe that a realistic target for Bitcoin, where I personally will be starting to cash out here, is between $100,000 and $150,000, which is in this region right here. And if Bitcoin goes up higher, I don't care, because I will be diversifying in maybe real estate, some other things here. So that is my strategy right now here. And also, guys, in a few days, to be exact, 32 days from now on, about a month, we're going to be having the US election. And currently, Trump and Harris are exactly equal in the polls here. And I want you to understand the importance for Bitcoin. And I want you to understand the outcome of this election is going to be of high importance for Bitcoin and the stock market, since potentially Kamala Harris wants to be taxing you on your unrealized gains, and that could potentially crash the stock market and Bitcoin. So guys, this is very important, and that's why we will be closely watching this, and in 32 days, we will be knowing more here. So this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to slap on that like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.